Chapter 327, Blood Magic Shadow. This chapter is updated by Novels.pl. The Black Market warriors at the completion of the Earth Realm rushed out of the Red Spider vessel one after another. They followed Zhang Tangai into an 8-point formation of more than 600 people. These people were the main force of the Black Market. The prisoners had merely been tools for getting through. After passing through the array, some of the Black Market warriors stopped. Instead of entering through the life gate, each warrior took out a cyan pill from his bosom. They swallowed the pills and began to refine them immediately. It was the Sacred Pool Pill, a 5th-class pill. It could help a warrior at the completion of the Earth Realm get to the Heaven Realm. All the selected warriors had reached the completion of the Earth Realm. Moreover, a total of 84 of them had spiritual power beyond 20 level. Many of them had been at the completion of the Earth Realm for more than a decade. They only needed one opportunity to could break through the realm and become martial arts legends. Suddenly, light spots started coming out of the glabella of a big guy in his 40s. His sacred mark appeared and began to absorb the surrounding heaven and earth spiritual chi unbridled. Bang! He was the first to break through and reach the Heaven Realm. Haha, I've finally reached the Heaven Realm. From this day forward, I am a top-ranked martial arts legend among the people of Omen Ridge. He was very excited, jumping about joyfully. However, he quickly curbed his ecstasy and went into the life gate to guard it. As long as it was guarded, others could easily find it, even if it shifted. In a short period of time, several warriors had broken through and reached the initial stage of the Heaven Realm. In the end, 26 warriors had successfully broken through the realm. The other 58 people failed, even though they had solid cultivation, spiritual power over 20 level, and assistance from the pill. So unless they had incredible luck, the other 58 people would never reach the Heaven Realm, even if they practiced their whole life. There was actually a huge barrier between the Earth Realm and the Heaven Realm. On average, only 1 in 10 warriors at the completion of the Earth Realm was able to break through the realm. The 86 warriors had been carefully chosen by the Black Market as the most likely candidates to reach the Heaven Realm. Each of them had been given a Sacred Pool Pill, yet still, less than a third of them had broken through the realm. The possession of practice resources did not guarantee that one would become a martial arts legend. It also depended upon one's personal potential. With the exception of the 26 warriors who had reached the Heaven Realm, the other Black Market warriors all passed through the Life Gate and entered the Dragon Palace in search of the Dragon Sarira and other treasures. DE had promised them that aside from the Dragon Sarira, they could take whatever they found in the Dragon Palace. Their failure to reach the Heaven Realm was disappointing. However, after entering the Dragon Palace they were optimistic that they would find precious spiritual doses. They could then change their destinies, in defiance of nature, and break through the shackles of the Earth Realm. Even if there was only a slight chance, they still had to try. The 26 warriors who had reached the initial stage of the Heaven Realm stayed behind to guard the Life Gate and prevent outsiders from entering the Dragon Palace. Soon after, a warship sailed rapidly from afar and stopped outside the 8-point formation. Qinya, Juanmu Xingling, Zhang Yuochen, and warriors of the Juanmu family were on the warship. The young master just entered the Dragon Palace. We must stop them. Arrange the array, stop them. A Black Market warrior called out. The 4 masters of the Black Market in Omen Ridge, the master of the Shadow Sword, the overseer of Hell, the chief chairman of the Poisonous Spider Club, and the owner of the Rosefinch Tower, each took out a piece of jade stone at the same time. They injected genuine chi into the jade stone in their hands. 36 inscriptions appeared on each stone. The inscriptions flew out and turned into a light column that shot upwards. 108 inscriptions gathered together to form the circulation array. Giant illusory images of 108 savage beasts stood on the outer edge of the array. Each image was 18 meters high. They were vivid and fierce. They roared and shook the undercurrent, rolling over and over. The beasts' array. Staring at the array ahead, the coquetry expression on Qinya's face disappeared. Her eyes grew cold. The Shadow Sword Sect, Hades Department, Poisonous Spider Club, and Rosefinch Tower were the 4 largest forces in the Black Market of Omen Ridge. Therefore, their leaders were naturally the best of the best. Any one of them could cause unimaginable damage on their own. not to mention when they joined hands. Let an old fellow like me break the formation. A resounding shout came from somewhere above the water surface. A tall man, strong as an iron tower, sailed through wind and waves with great momentum, and suspended above the beast's array. Wearing a loose silver robe, he looked to be in his 50s. Actually, he was 94. It was Lei Jing, the hall master of the silver-gowned elders' hall. The hall master is here. Chang Kiki cried out happily. Zhang Yuochen saluted with his hands together. Master. Lei Jing nodded. The palace master and internal students of the school of the martial market will arrive soon. Let me break the beast array first. The chief chairman of the poisonous spider club stood in the array. He sneered and said, Lei Jing, you are so arrogant. It is impossible for you to break the beast's array, the four of us put together. Just wait and see. You will know if I am arrogant. Lei Jing replied. Genuine Qi surged rapidly inside Lei Jing and many red lines appeared on his skin. The lines covered his whole body, like a spider web. Swoosh. Behind Lei Jing, a 30-meter-high blood-red giant god shadow with an ox head appeared. It broke out a powerful momentum that covered the water for 100 kilometers. All the savage beasts felt the momentum. Frightened, they fainted, sinking into the water. Zhang Yuochen stared at Lei Jing with a twinkle in his eyes. Blood magic shadow. Lei Jing used to practice blood cloud scripture, an inferior class ghost level exercise. Zhang Yuochen had given him a better method, blood and god classics, a superior class ghost level martial technique. Lei Jing performing blood magic shadow indicated that he had completed the transformation of exercises, and his martial cultivation had reached a higher level. How horrible his momentum is. When did Lei Jing's cultivation become so formidable? The square commandery prince standing in the distance suddenly changed his facial expression. Promptly he led a dozen Heaven Realm warriors, including Jin Quan and Go Shizhen, to retreat towards the distance. It was a battle beyond the Heaven Realm, even beyond mortals. Even so-called martial arts legends were doomed to die if they got close. Lei Jing is so amazing. No wonder he was able to enter the Saint Academy. Seeing Lei Jing's strong momentum, Qin Ya was surprised. Bang! Lei Jing shouted and held up his fists to attack the beast's array. As he punched out, the giant ox-headed god behind him also put up its fists. Pow! The illusory beast images could only ward him off for a moment. They quickly broke up, flying apart into wisps of genuine Qi. Almost at the same time, the four black market masters spit out blood. They flew backwards in 4 different directions, severely injured. The combination of the 4 masters had collapsed in one blow. Run! Lei Jing's cultivation has probably broken through. We are no match for him. The owner of Rosefinch Tower performed a bodily movement to parcel his body in the illusory image of a rosefinch, and quickly ran away. The other 3 were also injured. They did not dare continue the fight with Lei Jing, thus they ran off in 3 different directions. Lei Jing collected the blood magic shadow and landed on the warship. Qin Ya promptly rushed up with an unchanged facial expression, laughing. Meet Master Lei. Lei Jing gazed at her. I've met you before. When Half-Saint Yuan Mu visited the school of the martial market, you were with him. Qin Ya said respectfully, Whole Master, you have a good memory. Lei Jing looked at the Earthrealm warriors on the warship. Indifferently, he said, the Yuan Mu family looks very ambitious. So many secret masters in Omen Ridge. Are you planning to unify the 36 commanderies and build Omen Ridge into a superior class commandery? Qin Ya smiled. Everything is arranged by the ancestor. We just follow the orders. If you have questions, you can ask the ancestor in person. Although Lei Jing was dissatisfied with the Yuan Mu family's conduct, the family had powerful forces and lots of masters, not to mention the forefather at the half-saint level. He did not want to offend them for such trifles. Lei Jing turned to Zhang Yuochen with a soft look. Zhang Yuochen, the Dragon Palace is very dangerous. Are you sure you want to go there? Lei Jing was very concerned for Zhang Yuochen's safety. He was an outstanding warrior and would have a promising future. It was not worth risking an accident in the Dragon Palace. Zhang Yuochen said, the path of cultivation is inherently full of danger. Warriors must constantly challenge themselves and overcome difficulties. All right. Under the circumstances, just go and try. Lei Jing said. I've repelled the black market masters in the boundary area of the Dragon Palace. Once you enter the Dragon Palace, you are on your own. Zhang Yuochen nodded with a firm expression. Then, with the Abyss Ancient Sword and Flying Fish armor, he quickly charged toward the 8-point formation. Soon afterwards, Si Xingkong, Shang Kiki, Juan Singerling, Huang Yanzhen, Chen Xia, and hundreds of Earthrealm warriors from the Duanmu family all rushed out of the warship to follow him. Both the Red Wish emissary and the Orange Star emissary were disciples of saints. They would not run away, even if Lei Jing burst out incredible power. They had both mastered holy weapons. Even if they were inferior to Lei Jing in actual strength, they were confident they could escape unscathed. The Square Commandery warriors had not gone far either. They stopped just behind the two emissaries. Jin Kun looked back and saw that Zhang Yuochen had charged the 8-point formation. He looked ferocious. In an icy voice he said, "That loathsome Zhang Yuochen, he is lucky to be alive." The Square Commandery prince tapped Jin Kun's shoulder, saying, "Take it easy. 26 Heaven Realm warriors are guarding the Dragon Palace. No matter how strong Zhang Yuochen's cultivation is, he cannot defeat them. I only hate that I cannot kill him myself." Jin Kun said. The Square Commandery prince had hate in his eyes. "Zhang Yuochen destroyed our Square Commandery. I will not forgive him so easily. When the young master gets Dragon Sarira, I will go to Yunwu Commandery and kill all his family. Count me in." Jin Kun clenched his teeth. Hearing the conversation between the Square Commandery prince and Jin Kun, the Red Wish emissary standing in front sneered, secretly thinking, "You guys are so overconfident. How could you crapsicate yourselves with Zhang Yuochen? In the Dragon Palace, he will break through to the Heaven Realm. When he succeeds, all the warriors of the Square Commandery together cannot defeat him.